Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe and I am a singer, songwriter, writer and a guitarist. And as you can tell by the title, so today I'm going to be talking all about my project Scarlet Blood Skies. I've had this video planned for ages. I was planning to do it a lot earlier, but I just didn't have a good opportunity to film for it to go up earlier, so it's going up now. It's not going up on the 19th, it's going up, I think this is going up on the 22nd if I remember correctly. Today I'm going to be talking all about my project Scarlet Blood Skies. As you can see, I've got my coffee. I'm pretty sure I had this mug in my last coffee talk. Well, that was an actual coffee talk, however this is not, because I'm going to be talking all things Scarlet Blood Skies. Obviously, this isn't going to be any spoilers or anything like that, so you don't need to worry. So I think we should just jump straight into it. So I'm actually going to start off with the characters in this book, and then I've got a little synopsis, and then I'm actually going to do the authortube WIP tag. And by the way, if you're wondering what this is just apple juice. Start out with the characters. So obviously we all know the main character, Emilee Read, and I'm actually going to try and put her name up on the screen so you can see how it's spelt, because her name ends with 2 E's instead of the traditional Y. And the reason, I don't know why I picked her name like that. I think it's just because I wanted a plain and simple name, but I wanted to put a bit of a twist on it because I feel like that's what her parents would do, because they're sports lawyers. I'm just I can't even remember where that came from. I was thinking her family is very athletic apart from her, but she's the only musician in the house. You know, she has her own drum kit, she's the only musician, and so the rest of her family are all athletes, but obviously her parents don't actually actively do any sport, so I made them sports lawyers. Because I know that they dress up, in formal wear, every day. I just knew that. And then we have her younger brother, and also with the spelling of the surname as well. It's spelled as in reading a book instead of a clarinet read or a saxophone read. In the book, Emilee is 19, and then we have her younger brother, Landon Read, and he is 15, so he's still in school doing his GCSEs. But in this folder here, I have all of the character profiles. So if I need something their eye colour or hair colour, it's in here. It's all in here pretty much. And then also birthdays as well. So then we have Emilee's older sister, Kyra. Kind of I think it's the capital of Egypt. I think that's Cairo. But her name is spelled Kaira, which I'll put on the screen for you so you don't get confused. And Kyra is 23, and then her boyfriend, Dylan Matthews, is 24. Her mum is called Daria Read, and she is 43, and then her dad is called Kane Read, and he's 44. And then we have Emilee's ex-boyfriend, Brandon Edwards. I don't know if I'm going to change his name yet or not. It probably doesn't matter because he's only a minor character. But Brandon and Landon do sound very similar. And Brandon, I think, would probably be 20, 21. I haven't got an actual age down there. So her colleagues, so her manager is called Ronin Farley, and he is 47, and he's just kind of the manager that's very laid back and chill. He doesn't really care if, you know, someone's slacking. He just has a bit of fun. He's the fun manager. But I have just recently wrote a scene. I recently wrote a scene where he was not himself. And then the members, we have Charlie Nash, who's 29, and Emilee actually gets along really well with him because there's a bit of a twist in the book, which I don't want to spoil because you're just going to have to read it when it comes out to find out what that is. And that's even if that twist stays in there. Then we have Stephen Wright, who is 32, Molly Knight. I'm an actual idiot. Why do I do this to myself? And Molly is 28, and then we have Christine Davenport, who is 29. Okay, so Christine is a vocalist. Stephen is like a guitarist, but he's also like the technician at the store, so he like fixes everything. That's kind of the general point of a technician. And then Molly is a pianist, and then Charlie is a bassist, and then Ronin doesn't actually play anything, and I thought that was kind of important to mention because he's more on the business side, hence running a music store. And then we have the 2 bands in the book as well. That's right, you heard me. There are 2 bands in the book. There's obviously the main one, Scarlet Blood Skies, that Emilee is in, and then there's Words of Wisdom. So for Scarlet Blood Skies, we have the vocalist Tasia Lombardi, who is 25 and half Italian and half English, in case you couldn't tell like by the name and the surname. I'll put that on the screen. Then the lead guitarist is Alistair Nash, who is 23. Did you notice something there? Yes, he's Charlie's brother. And then we have the rhythm guitarist Jude Farley, who is 24. Yes, Farley. He's Ronin's son. Because I made sure to like have enough links and enough connections in the book. I don't know why I just like made all of these links and connections. I think it's because like a lot of the time in the music industry you do get a lot of people with loads of different links and connections, and like you will have family members that are in the industry as well. Hence both Alistair and Charlie Nash, and then Ronin and his son Jude. And then the bassist is called Noah Ainsworth. Noah, I think, is the most underdeveloped character at the moment compared to the rest of the band. I basically just haven't like developed him enough in the first draft, so I think the second draft will be fleshing out his character. But he is 21, and then obviously the drummer is Emilee. Words of Wisdom. We have the vocalist, which I might change the name of. Her name is Scarlet Woods with 2 T's and not just the 1. I feel like this is going to be quite confusing. Like, you probably think that you could probably confuse it with her being the vocalist of Scarlet Blood Skies. So I might change that, but we'll see. And then have another vocalist and rhythm guitarist, Alex Tenby, who is 24. I didn't say that Scarlet Woods is 22. Then the lead guitarist is Brett Hastings, who is 26. And then the bassist, Patrick Birkenhead, who is 20. And he is Emilee's love interest. And you can kind of see what I've done with this, like the drummer and the bassist, because the drummer and bassist, like in a band, tend to be the closest members to each other because of their important roles. Like obviously the drummer being like holding the rhythm for the whole entire band, and then the bassist like follows the drummer. So, and then the drummer of Words of Wisdom is called Kyra Davenport. And he is 27, and he is Christine's brother. So there you have it. They are the characters, and I'm now going to go through the synopsis, which will also be down in the description, so you can read along if you so wish to. Scarlet Blood Skies is a new adult, dark, contemporary romance musical and follows main character Emilee Read, just 19 years old, as she starts the journey of finding herself. As a result of a bad relationship, her depression and bipolar disorder, Emilee tries to kill herself and ends up in hospital for a couple weeks. But once she's out and she has all the free time she could ever dream of, she finds herself sitting back at her old drum kit, even though it's battered and falling to pieces. and it leads her to the beginning of what she's always wanted. In a search of a new drum kit she can't afford, she lands herself a job at the music store, and the career of her dreams begins. Trigger warnings, which is important, by the way. There are mentions of drug and alcohol abuse, suicide and self-harm. And so that is the synopsis, and now I'm going to do the WIP tag for it because I feel like that will answer a lot more questions. If you do have any questions about the book that you wish to ask, then just feel free to leave them down below and I will most likely reply. And some of these questions that I have got pulled up are, like, some of them aren't relevant, so I'll probably just skip over them. But I will probably just quickly mention them and just move on to the next one. So the first question is, what is the working title of your book? So it's not really a working title, it is like the title of the book, unless I decided at another point that I want to change it. But the title of the book is Scarlet Blood Skies Spring, the first book anyway. I feel like I would probably get questions on that. If I'm doing a duology, like, what's the first book called, what's the second book called? I don't know what the second book is going to be called yet, because, wow. I could either call it Scarlet Blood Skies Summer or Words of Wisdom. But moving on to the second question. The second question is, where did the idea of this book come from? Wow. It was really just my life that the idea came from. Not exactly my life exactly, but obviously I'm a music student at college and I have a lot of influences around me when I'm at college, and I guess that's where the idea came from. There is one band in the department, which is kind of sad considering how many people are in the music department, because there's level 1s, 2s, 3s first year and then second year, and it's a lot of people, and there's just one band, and that's kind of where the idea came from, a college band, not even a college band, but just a band after college, even though I've had no experience with that, but that's where the idea came from, just being a music student and my surroundings. And then question 3, what genre does your book fall under? Scarlet Blood Skies is a new adult dark contemporary romance musical, which is in the description, and it's very lengthy, but I feel like that's the best way to describe it. Question 4, which isn't really relevant, it's which actors would you choose to play in a movie rendition of your book? I'm not going to answer this question because I have very specific visualizations in my head, so I don't want to ruin that. So we're going to move straight on to question 5, which is, what is a 1-sentence synopsis of your book? And I'm just literally going to take the first line of my synopsis that will be down below, and it's basically just, Scarlet Blood Skies is a new adult dark contemporary romance musical and follows main character Emilee Read, just 19 years old, as she starts the journey of finding herself. I feel like that first sentence really sums up the book, because it is a self-discovery book, and the main character Emilee is she is trying to find herself. And then question 6 is, will you be self-published or traditionally published? I've actually answered this question before, and I think it was in my authortube newbie tag, which I'll link up in the cards. I think it's this side. It's this side. I will link a card up to that over here. To just sum it up, I will be self-published. I will have hopefully my own publishing company where I can not just publish my own books, but help other people publish their books as well. And then question 7, which is also kind of irrelevant, but I guess kind of go through anyway, which is, how long did it take for you to write the first draft of your book? And I'm just going to put it out there that I haven't finished the first draft yet. I started October 27th or something like that. So I've basically, like, this is my second month writing it now. I think I'm at like 61,000 words, and I'm hoping to get up to like either 80k or 90k by the end of this month, and then I'll be finishing it next month. So it will take me about 3 months to write this first draft. But that is just like, that's just a plan, that's just an estimate. And then question 8 I can't really answer, and it's, what other books would you compare this story to? I haven't read enough books to really know what I could compare it to. And then question 9, who or what inspired you to write the book? Well, like I said, it was like being in the music department, and I guess what inspired me was like thinking that obviously like we have a band in the college, and I think I was just kind of like thinking in my head, oh, what would it be like after college? What would a band be like after college if like a band were to form like after college and go on to do great things? And that's kind of like the question that really kicked off this whole book, really, to be honest. This whole duology, even. But as for people, yeah, I would probably say the college band. And then question 10, what else about your book might pique your reader's interest? So Emilee Read, the main character, actually has type 2 bipolar disorder with mixed features. And I feel like that might not I feel like that might be confusing for a lot of people, but if anyone out there kind of like goes through that kind of, I don't want to come across as like sounding rude, but I guess in a way the book is also like raising awareness for bipolar disorder, and you know, if I ever make a profit off of the book in the future, I would probably donate to a bipolar disorder charity, if there are any out there. I mean, to be honest, I could do my research and probably find a couple. But like I said, if you do have any questions, then make sure to ask them below in the comments. But as for this video, that is it. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe down below and ding the bell to be notified every single time I upload. All of my social media links will be in the description down below as well. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!